the last few weeks, I've been trying to figure out why I do that. And it's because at some point, the what I'm doing gets challenging, whether I'm just getting fatigued or whatever, and I need something to distract me from falling asleep or something. So I'll go ahead and turn on the TV or something, or turn on music or something, or whatever the case is. But one thing that I was told, no matter how good you think you are at multitasking, you're not. It's plain and simple. When you give something 100% focus, is the time that product becomes the best thing that you've ever worked on. And when you divide your focus between things, you divide the quality of what you're putting down.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build the game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. Before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this once again for y'all because we love y'all and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
We do this every single week. Every single week. Even when we're not able to do it, we do it every single week. We weren't able to do it last week, and we still did it. And to be fair, I messed up that episode, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't the videographer of this situation, which is weird because all of the stuff that we've done on YouTube and all that other stuff like that. Yeah, that joint it ain't come out good at all, Mark. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I started watching a little bit of it. The one where y'all, where y'all was on the couch.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have something that could salvage that. Let's see if I could tweak it a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
Tweak it. It's already up. I don't know if you can do much about that now. We already on the next week. It's up. It's done with. So
yeah. All right.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
I feel that. Yeah. Moving forward. I mean, even with mistakes like that, it shows that we're human. It shows that we're not perfect, but we're still trying to do this.
I ain't apologizing. It's a free podcast, bro.
True. That
free
as well.
Podcast, like really.
But people to see that and get inspiration for them to start. A lot of people think like they need all these flashy equipments and whatever, but all you need is you. All you need is you and your authentic self, and just to do it. Like for some people are kind of put off about the super 8K 4 HD visuals and whatnot, because you're looking at that person like, oh, that person got like,
no, that is not attainable at all. That's not attainable at all. Like, bro, we are still blue collar right now, bro.
Facts. Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for no 8K. Ain't nobody got the profit for 8K.
Video quality, you can see the bead of sweat.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like,
you can see the sweat forming inside somebody's forehead before it come out.
Right.
Like, get out of here with that shit. But yeah, man, how you been doing, man? How was your New Year's and all that other stuff, your Christmas and all that? We ain't talked since 2023. It's been a whole year.
Whole year, right? The holidays was good, just spending time with family and whatnot.
Yeah, what y'all spending this year?
We do Christmas with my folks.
Okay.
we did go up to see her aunt and whatever, but her aunt her aunt lives in Petersburg. Yeah,
Baltimore, right?
nah, Petersburg. Her aunt,
Petersburg. She got an aunt in Petersburg?
yeah,
Oh,
because
I didn't know that.
her mom's folks is from like Stony Creek area and all that, and from
Okay.
Virginia basically. But her dad's side of the family is like, no, I might have that backwards. Mom is Baltimore. Dad's side is Stony Creek, Virginia area. There we go.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, real chill, not too much. Just she just now started breaking out her gifts and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Got her a little juicer. She wants to get into the juicing
Oh, word.
scene, trying to get right. Get a
Yeah,
little
how we both get our girls a juicer
juicer.
for Christmas. How that happen?
Great minds think alike, I guess. I don't know.
Like,
Yeah. What kind you get her? Just a regular
it
old
was
day?
like the little personal blender joint.
Hmm.
Yeah, we got the well, I don't know if you got her like a actual juicer, but the joint that I got Alyssa was like the little 1 cup joints where you like press down on it,
Hmm.
kind of like the old Ninja joints when they used to make back in the day. They're like the little personal blender because we got tired of using the full size blender, pulling that joint out the corner every time we had to use it, and then the cleanup process on that joint was ridiculous. So
Come on.
yeah.
Okay. I got a little I wanted to be like conventional because like
Mm-hmm.
if we keep buying appliances, I'm like we gonna fill up real quick.
No, I'm saying we gonna look like Best Buy in this joint.
Right. So I got a little I think it's 2-in-1, 3-in-1. It's a juicer blender. They call it a bleuser, and like you can also do like the
Nobody
whole.
calls it that. Stop playing with me.
That's what it
Stop
said in the
playing.
box.
Stop playing.
uh, so yeah, to kind of save on space, but it was kind of counterproductive because like I got that, and then I also got her like a hot pot grill. So it's the little hot pot with a divider in it where you can have 2 different broths, and then they got like 2 little small grills on
The
the side
hell?
of them. Yeah, it was real nice,
Hey,
little cute little junk.
y'all do anything for her birthday?
Yeah, we went to Texas de Brazil. Um,
Oh, word.
yeah,
Big money.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, real counterintuitive. You got her a juicer so she can do right. Then take it to Texas de Brazil.
all you
Flex
can eat
on them.
meat.
Flex on them. The fuck that
Yeah.
little diet you got going on. I was just thinking about Texas de Brazil, bro, because I was like, yo, for real, we gotta live on the left side of the menu. I don't even want to go to Texas de Brazil no more, but like I want to go there with a purpose. You think about like we when we go to places like that, we go to places like that with the intention of, yo, this joint expensive.
Yeah.
So because this joint expensive, I gotta eat everything that I possibly can in this joint. So like you fill up. You had the meat sweats by the time you get out that joint. But I'm like, yo, I want to live that life. Like I don't want the like for real. The food good. Like
It
I
is.
ain't about to trip like it ain't good. But like I want that life. Like I want to be able to go to that joint and act like that joint McDonald's, bro. Like go there. Okay, I want a quick snack. Let's go to Texas de Brazil right quick. Like I want that kind of life. So I was just thinking about that last night too. So it's funny you just said that.
And that it's crazy you said that, right? Because when we were sitting there, we got in there, made a reservation, went in there, and I don't even think we needed to do that. But like I was looking at the jank to make sure everything was right, and I saw on it was like dress code. It was like smart casual or something, or
Yeah.
something casual. And I was like, oh man, I got jeans on. I might be a little little underdressed for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I look up what smart casual is, because I ain't even know what smart casual. I know of business casual, but like
Right.
smart casual is supposed to be like a little less than.
Yeah, I was like, should I correct them? Like, I don't know. I ain't never heard of that. So yeah, go ahead.
It's a little lesser than like business casual. It's not as formal. It's a little
Mm-hmm.
laid back or whatever.
Bro.
So I get there, I'm tripping. I'm like, yo, they might stop us at the door or whatever, all this other stuff. I might
Yeah.
be. We get in there. We tell them that we have a reservation, all that. They tell us to sit and wait in a little area or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing everybody coming in, and there's like you said, it's like a whole family with kids, and the kids they wearing like hoodies and like sweats and whatever. And it's like a everyday. When was that Wednesday? Everyday Wednesday for these people. I'm just like, yo,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
because
how
they
life needs
bought
to
that
be.
life. They bought that life. You know what I'm saying? You take your kids there. We sit up there. The first time we went up in that joint, we just like, okay, yep. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for real, leave the kids at home. Don't bother. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Like, yeah, this is a once in a lifetime situation. Like, nah, man, I ain't feeling that. like this need to be the normal. Like, McDonald's don't need to even be in the picture. McDonald's can't be in the picture when you got a lifestyle that could take you to places like that, bro. Like, I ain't even feeling it, bro. Like, it's easy to be healthy when you make enough money to go to somewhere like that on a regular, bro. I promise you
Facts.
it is. I promise you it is. But Jamal King from the Secret to Success podcast called that left side of the menu. You know, he said that I don't know if you ever heard that analogy before, but he said that when you go to places and you look at their menu, usually the left side of the menu ain't got no prices on it. He said that you got to live life on the left side of the menu and stop worrying about the price of stuff.
I feel that. Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because even just talking about it in the light of like going to restaurants and stuff like that. That's a real thing that hems people up. The
Yeah.
price of something, like
Yep.
it could be a course, it could be a tool that helps them because it has a
Mm-hmm.
big price tag. They don't want to invest in that. They don't want to put that forth
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, oh, I'm losing so much in that moment.
Yeah.
But like, look at what you're about to lose, down the road. Like, this is something that would help you get to a point where money isn't an issue. Money isn't even
Yeah.
a second thought in your mind. You're at the point where like it's coming in so fast that you're just like, all right, let's do something else. Let's spend it, and then you make it back tenfold, and then you're like, man, I should have started this sooner. I should have been working on this, way back when. But it took me so long to learn something to finally, get
Yeah.
fed up with my job to buy this tool to push me forward.
Yeah. And you say that like as you say that and unpack that, I'm thinking about how it was when we first met Michelle, because I think
Hmm.
she was like one of the people that was taking us out of our element. Because like every time we went out,
Yeah,
it was
true.
always like El Cap, like the Mexican restaurant up the street from the job. Like we was just on some basic stuff, and then like Michelle came along, and like she was like, "All right, let's meet up here." Then you look at the map, and that joint like 500 miles away. And we like, yo, why she want us to go to this joint? Then we get there and it's like, oh, I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Like, so she was exposing us to a little bit too. Like at first I was like, yo, like, why do you always want to go somewhere expensive, bro? Like, what is this? Like, and
Going
then
up,
like yeah, but we hit that Texas Day Brazil joint because we went there because of her too. I think it was her birthday that we went to that joint. I feel like yeah, because it was in like September or something like that. Her
yeah,
birthday.
Either that or a special event. I know we all had, got together
I
with
can't
our
remember.
significant others or all around the same time.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
remember her birthday, but I feel like it was for her birthday that we went out to that joint. It was
yep.
somebody's birthday.
Yeah, because somebody was getting gifts. Yep.
hmm But but yeah, man. I was looking at the joint, and I the typical poor man habit. Somebody invite you somewhere. Your first thing is like, yo, can I eat anything there? So you on Google and stuff, trying to
Like
find the
the
menu,
menu.
trying to Google up the menu and everything, talking about like, yo,
Yeah.
has anybody post pictures? All right. So let me look at some reviews real quick. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
you on that joint doing a deep dive. It's like doing research you ain't never done before. So like, yeah, there was a few points where I'm just like, yo, like that joint too expensive, so let me not go. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the roster was a little bit bigger than the amount of people that we ended up there with. But yeah, there's a lot of people who look at certain situations as like, yo, like, count me out. That's too expensive, and never get the experience, bro. And that experience, it enlightened me in a way that I have explained on a lot of these episodes, so I won't get into that right now.
Yeah. It's like, why put a price tag on the lifestyle that you want?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, if you want it, it's achievable. And and I know saying, just make that money that would get you to that lifestyle is a little easier said than done. I admit
Mm-hmm.
that, but like, why not strive to go for that? Like, why let that price tag be the stopping point?
Mm.
Like, it's like, back in the day, I don't even think we do that anymore because the price tags are above us now. But you go to like a fancier establishment back in the day, the price tags are on the tags, and you see a real nice suit, jacket, article of clothing, whatever, and then like you flip that tag over and you see a little bit more zeros than you expected. You're like, ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
ah, it ain't that
The
nice.
decimal point is way to the right of that joint. Like, you just like, oh man.
And you forget about that whole article of clothing. You just like bump it. You don't even work to
Do I
strive to
really
get
need it
it.
that bad?
Right? You talk yourself out of it. Like, you do any situation. Like, if it's too hard or if it's too much money that has to be spent, you turn tail and run. And I'm like, how how are we fearful of a price tag? Like, why isn't that motivation to like do more for people? Like, it it's insane. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it's conditioning. It's because like when you're young, when you didn't really understand money, you would do that. You would see an article of clothing or something in the store with your parents or whatever, and you're like, "Ooh, this is nice. This look fly." You take it to your parent.
Nah. As a kid, I was never on clothes, bro. I ain't on
Eh,
clothes as an
true.
adult, so I want on clothes as a kid, bro. You give me clothes for my birthday or Christmas or something. I'm like, yo, what is this? I
I
don't
feel
need
that.
this. Bro, I already got socks.
Like,
It was video games back then, or Pokemon
true.
cards, or something. Yeah, or that memory card for that PlayStation 1 that I never got.
Oh, but yeah, even
Yeah,
things like those in that time frame, those were expensive. You know, and
yeah.
actually, I don't even. I don't know how much a memory card was. How much was a memory
They
card
were
back then?
still, they were like $20, bro. It wasn't that
Oh,
deep.
okay. All right.
It wasn't that deep.
So they ain't try to
It just
bump you
our
over the
parents
head like
was
they do
just
now.
yeah, our parents was just on that, bro. They were just they was like, all right, yeah, it's expensive. Plus, it won't for them, so it's like
Hmm.
I'm really not about to spend that much money on it because it ain't for me. Like, I already bought you the game system. Like, what else do you want? I want a memory card so I don't have to leave it on 400 hours of the week. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to save my game because when you come try to clean my room, you're gonna turn that joint off. Yeah. So
Lord. But yeah.
I could never beat that Power Ranger Lightspeed Rescue video game, bro. Could never beat it.
Oh man. All right. But what story you got for us, man? What's been going
All
on
right.
in the
So and it's weird because I was listening to the joint a few days ago. I was talking about the water heater, my water heater in my house, and went out.
Right.
It was a month ago, a whole month ago. So I just been kind of patiently waiting, and like it didn't go out to the point where like it's unusable, like it still make hot water, but the joint just ain't it ain't getting to the point where it's comfortable. Like we at that point where it's like we ain't got a hot water heater, and the water in the how do I put this? The water in the pipes that's in the house is just as warm as it's gonna get. And like the moment you start taking a shower, like you're gonna have to worry about the fact that you might run out of hot water. Like we at that point right now. And it's been like that for a while. Like I said, we've been kind of going to the gym, taking showers or whatnot. Been kind of trying like taking chances with it, trying to take showers here at the house or whatever. But it's mad uncomfortable. Like it's a lot of times where we get up in that joint and we got to take a full cold shower, and it ain't hot outside, so it's not ideal at all. So I got a it's called American Home Shield Warranty. Like I want everybody, I'm gonna put them out there, because like I don't believe in services that don't work, bro. Like real talk. Like you got insurance. If you pay for you paying for something monthly, like coming out of your check, or every single month you got that joint on like direct, like you like
Auto
recurring
pay.
payment, like auto payment. Like I expect it to work when I need it, bro.
Right.
And the problem is that when I need this joint, it ain't working. So like essentially it's a company that's out here taking money religiously without fault, like on the day of that is due, or the day before it's due. Like yeah, so like they taking your money, but like you call them and you need something done, essentially they supposed to work with people in your local area or business in your local area, and they hire out or contract out the service that you need, and you just pay them $100 deductible to get somebody to come look at it, and then your insurance covers the rest of the repairs or whatever needs to be done. So like I talked about the fact that the dudes came out here, they were cool, they we chopped it up for a few seconds, told them what was wrong, they looked at it, and they came, they said they needed to order a part. I was like, all right, fine. It is what it is. I talked about that on the podcast. Well, see, the problem here is that, dudes ain't never called me back. And I log into America Home Shield's website, and they show you your job status or whatnot. The job status on that joint was complete, like done. So I was like, nah. So I called the dudes that came out here, and when I got on the phone with them a few days later, bro, they had forgot they even came out the joint.
Right.
It was like, what's your address? I told them my address. It was like, oh, okay. Well, what service did you need done? Was like, it was a leak in the toilet, right? Like, nah, bro. What are you talking about? Like, you tell me what it is. Cause I was like, yo, like you Nah, that's a little fishy to me. Like, you tell me what happened. Like, what do you hear? What did you come to my house to fix?
Right.
And he was like, not a water heater, no water heater, right? What leaking water heater? I'm like, come on, bro, nah, man, no hot water, dog. And he was like, okay, yeah. Let me reach out to my technician and get you an answer. Nothing. 2 days later, I ain't hear nothing from this dude. So I was like, all right, bet. Called them back. And the guy picked up, it's the owner now. The owner talking to me. Like I told you, the owner was one of the guys that came out to the house. So like I don't know this guy. But he was like, yeah, let me reach out to my tech and same exact thing. 2 days later. So like we was on vacation at the time down in North Carolina. We went down to Rick and Pat's house for Christmas or whatever, and so we weren't really worried about it like that anyway. So I called American Home Shield at this point, and they said, okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Let me call the people and find out what's going on. So they put me on hold, called the people, and they pretty much came back on the line and relayed the same answer, talking about it's the holiday and all this other stuff like that. I'm like, all right, ma'am, I understand. Holidays coming up. However, this has been 2 weeks that we have been without hot water. So damn, the holidays coming up. What about 2 weeks ago? Like, let's talk about the ball that has been dropped. I don't want to talk about the ball that's about to be dropped. Like, let's not do that. So she was like, I understand, blase, please. Let's just like, all right, cool. Give it a few days. Give it until Tuesday after. Give it until after Christmas, and she talking about that Tuesday after Christmas. Yeah, so Christmas was on a Monday. She said, yeah, Tuesday. Let's revisit this. They're gonna give you a call back, let you know what's going on, all that. Blah. Yeah. So waited a few days after Christmas, still ain't getting no call back. I'm like, all right, this is getting ridiculous now. So let me call back. I say at this point, I'm like, yo, like for real, y'all gonna have to come up off that money that y'all took. Like we gonna have to talk about this. So I'm gonna shorten the story just to say that it has been entire month now. At this point, yeah, I called them on December it was December the 3rd actually. That we had this trouble with the water heater, and it is now January the 4th of the following month, and we still out, and I still ain't got no call back from nobody to let me know anything. So in between all that, right? And here's the problem that I have. In between all of that, Mark, dudes have been stalling. I have at this point learned how to do the job myself, which is very problematic for me.
Ugh.
At this point, I know how to fix the thing that they were supposed to fix.
Mm-hmm.
I know which part to get. I know where to get it from. I know how much it costs. All that. However, the cost of the part is a little bit cheaper than the service and the deductible that I was supposed to pay Home Shield for the money that I paid them over the last 4 years since we've been in this house. Now, these dudes came out here. They had no testing equipment. I know how to test for the problem. I tested for the problem myself. I already know what it is. They were supposed to come out here and do them tests themselves so they could see exactly what's going on. They didn't do that, Mark. They didn't do that. They didn't do not one single test. They didn't know what was going on with it. They made an assumption, oh yeah, this need to be replaced, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's order the part. If we're going to order the part, it's going to take this time. They told me initially it's going to take 2 days to come in, Mark. It has now been a month. I was told that their suppliers, they had to wait for their suppliers to send it. Mark, tell me why the part sent right up at Home Depot, bro. Tell me why the time they came here, Alyssa was here by herself. I was out doing some work or whatever, and Alyssa was here to intercept the guy, and this man came here and wrapped soldering wire, used my soldering wire, and wrapped it around one of the pieces, and told her that this is going to be a quick fix for it. He wrapped it around two wires on the bottom of the water heater and was like, "This is going to be a quick fix for it." So, yeah, it should work now.
That did it work?
Fuck no.
Exactly. What in the world, man? And that kind of goes back to what we said before. Like, if you're not into your job like that, like, don't do it. Cause like that's,
You know what I'm saying?
first of all, you messing with somebody's essential. That's one of the essentials. You need food,
Yeah.
shelter, and water. Like, if you were any other person, they would have called up there, screaming, yelling, cussing somebody out, demanding a refund.
Oh, I won't fall from it, dog. We about to have that talk today.
And I'm like, if you just go above and beyond, like even if that was like a person, even if it did take like a month or something for a person that was actually trying, like that was actually, getting hemmed up with obstacles, it would have been a different story. But like when you're like nonchalant and it half-assing and just like
the fact that I called and they forgot, Mark.
Yeah,
multiple times.
That would hurt me. Like, and you got examples out here of like, people that'll have an interaction with you. Like they'll come to your house first day. On that first interaction, they know your name. They done talk to you. They done chopped it up with you. They done got to know you or whatever. So when you call, right, when you call, they know you by voice. It's like, oh, this is Aaron you had the problem with the water heater, right? All right, man. I apologize. I deeply apologize for like, it's taking so long. The part is in transit to us, but Amazon it said it was supposed to be here today, but it's late. We done got the notification saying it's gonna be here a little later. But as soon as we get the part, we'll come by the house. We'll fix it up real nice. We'll even talk to the people, get it a little less, so you don't got to come out of pocket with so much stuff. Just doing something like that. Communicating even. Letting you know. Them calling you saying, "Hey, this is such and such. We talked a month ago about the water heater, whatever. We're sorry we couldn't get out to you in time. The part is late and all this other stuff." Just that alone, right there, boom. That puts people at ease. All right, they're trying. They got a little hemmed up, but like forgetting, and then you having to call. You had to call each time, right? There has never been a.
Nobody has ever called me, ever.
That is.
And at this point, I've made a call 6 times about this. 3 times to them, 3 times to Home Shield, who's supposed to be contracting the work out. Yeah, nobody has called me yet. Even the last update was that I was supposed to get a call from the plumbing company.
Plumbing? For the water heater?
Yeah, the plumbers do that. Water heater is water.
I mean, I guess we just had like 2 guys that we knew come in. But anyway,
I mean, if I knew 2 guys who could get me a controller for less than $50, then yeah, I would have done that. But this joint was like a $300 part, so like I was like, I bet I'm going through the warranty company who's supposed to be able to cover this. Like, and quiet as it's kept, bro. Like the last. This is the second time that we tried to use the service, and even the last time we tried to use the service, we ended up having a similar issue. Guy came out, we he was supposed to look at it, tell us what was going on, so we can move forward off of that, and we still got the problem. We paid the money for them to come out and look at it. The problem is still there. Like we still got the problem. So like, yeah, man, it's terrible. But the way they handling their business right now, man, I'm not feeling it at all.
And I was gonna say like that mentality is detrimental to a business. Like when you're in a business of service, you have to serve. Like but
Well,
if you don't serve, then you lose business. Point blank and simple. And you know we're real heavy on that. Like we talk about this a lot. Like because that's the $1 million ticket right there. Just service, being a service to other people. And if you're not in the right headspace, if you're not, you know, doing that the right way, you're in a constant, all right, I gotta get people on, I gotta pay so much money to make it look like we're the business to be with. But then when people get with you and they go through things like Mac are going through, you know, you're gonna lose that person as fast as you got them. Yeah, you might got a little bit of money out of the situation, but like now you got to constantly perform to get people instead of retaining the people you already have. And we've been on that. We've like a couple episodes ago we talked about how, you know, focusing on what you already have will put you over the top instead of all right, who's next or what's next or who can I?
We kind of talked about it with the guy that was making our shirts.
Yeah.
We definitely went over this before, so I didn't want to go into a whole rant about that either, you know, because we have discussed that. So like I just say you know, teach people how to treat you. Is what I'm gonna leave off on that, and just know that I'm about to call these folks today and raise all type of hell. I'm gonna try to negotiate a price that they make them pay for it, and try to get recoup some of the money back that we've been paying them. Because if your service ain't gonna work, and it's been a whole 2 years, and I every time I tried to use y'all, we ain't getting nowhere. So like I might as well do it my damn self if that's the case. So yeah, man. Yeah, just I ain't even gonna go there, Mark, because for real, we talking about living on left side of the menu, and I'm trying to figure out where people who live in the more fancy areas, I'm trying to figure out what home warranty they use, because obviously they're not using the ones we using. They using something that's actually a little bit more effective, who use some premium companies. I don't know, like if these people they pulled up in an unmarked van, you know, that, you know, dirty as hell. They came out, they had paint on them. I should have known that was a red flag right there. My man had paint on his clothes. I'm not sure how that happened. They ain't had nothing that marked them to the company that they were supposed to be representing. I saw nothing that led them, or, you know, anything. Like the first dudes that came out, at least they gave me a business card, bro. Like I mean, he gave me a business card or something. Like, these dudes came, they pulled up, they were. I assume that they were just new to the game. You know, there was a company on the come up. I assume that, but now that I'm seeing all of this, I don't think that there's a rhyme or reason as to why this happened. So like, for real, like, just be cautious of people, man, because like folks out here trying to get over, bro. Like they ain't trying to fix your problem, bro. They just trying to get over. And when my man hit me up and said, "Yeah, did the technician tell you that there was an additional cost?" I'm like, "Additional cost? I got insurance, bro. Like insurance supposed to cover that. That's what I pay them for. Like they pay you additional costs. Like don't talk to me about no additional costs, especially when you ain't been out this joint. Like for real, like hey, let's not do that. So yeah, man. Um, just be mindful. There's people out here trying to come up, man. Like and they come up, they coming up on any way possible. Like they stepping on your neck, your back, any body part you got exposed out there, they gonna step on it to get up the ladder, bro. Yeah.
And sadly that this isn't nothing new.
No.
It's been going on since biblical time. Since the dawn of time, we've had this, and it's like, on your journey to success, like you're gonna have those people. You're gonna run into those people,
Yeah.
and how you interact with them, how you let them affect you, all depends on you. Catch it early, cut them off, keep it moving, learn from your mistakes. Like Max said, we've dealt with people like this before. We've tried to, incorporate our friends into business ideas, into this in general, into the podcast itself, and you guys clearly see who's still here or whatever, but like
Not even just the podcast, it's Ascension Media in general. Like
right.
people in their own brands, we tried to incorporate into this.
And it happens. Like you're gonna have those people that are just on there for the ride, and you're gonna have those people who are gonna like stick with you, help you grow, want to see you grow, and just hang on to those people. You're not gonna be able to tell them apart, from first glance. But once you get to know that person, like you'll see whose heart is in it. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, don't tell them that, Mark, because you can tell somebody. You can tell who's who just by somebody's habits, bro.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, you don't even need to talk to them much, bro. You just see what they doing behind the scenes and see how they spending their time when they not talking to you, dog. And you'll be able to figure it out, like for real. Like it ain't hard to tell. I promise you, it's not. It's hard to tell when you oblivious to what you're supposed to be looking at. But once you get past the I'm not trying to hurt this person feelings part, like once you get past that, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I feel that. And 9 times out of 10, if a person is talking mad game, they talking about they do X, Y, Z on top of doing ABC and everything through the alphabet. 9 times out of 10, it probably ain't. It ain't in your best interest.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'll let it slide one time, and that was because I ain't have my head on straight when my man was talking about them shirts, bro. He's like he was going in. I do this, I do that. This man was dancing. Right? He was saying that he's like all enthusiastic. He's like, I do this on the side, I do that. I made this shirt, blase, split. I should have saw it. I'm like, yo, let me. I should have asked for references, bro. I should have like, yo, show me some of your work, man. I should have asked for some references. I wasn't even thinking about it, man.
We all make mistakes. Sorry.
Bro, them shirts, they were so disappointing, man. just the whole logo just fell off them joints, man. Terrible.
It is. But it's still don't let any of this discourage you. Don't let any of this, deter you from your journey. It's a journey. It comes with the territory. On the road to success, you're gonna go through things like this. You're gonna experience the whole lot, the good and the bad. Even though we went through things like that, we've also experienced things like Max said at the beginning. We experienced Texas State Brazil. We experienced things that like lit a fire in us that like we got to be doing more. In this new year, we're going to be doing more. Like it don't make no sense for us to go through what we've been through and not be successful. Like no sense at all.
Yeah, that's speaking of that journey, man. I I recently came to a point where, hey, I told you I spent Christmas down there in North Carolina, man, and just spending it with our aunt and uncle, and just seeing how a different side of the track live, bro. They from a different kind of background where people got their stuff a little more put together. Like it's not like I for the first time ever, I spent Christmas with a family that they came together for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Not because there was a party and there was free food, like like most people do. Like, cause my family, when somebody say, we having a Christmas party, it's literally like, okay, we go to one person's house and we just go there just to eat. So you end up coming out of pocket like $600, $700 just for people to come and get a wrap foil around their place and leave. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't really spending Christmas with nobody. They just trying to come and feed their kids. So like, we spent Christmas with the family that they about the holidays, like the family togetherness. We sat at a table, talked about what we were thankful for. It looked completely different. We ate by here's the kicker: we ate by 6 o'clock. Like by 6 o'clock p.m., everybody had already been fed, and we were going on about our night with the festivities or whatever. Had the stockings for everybody on the joint. Like they welcomed us with open arms because it was the first time we had met a lot of them. We still had gifts for everybody. It's crazy, yo. Like it's crazy, bro. Like I was just like, yo, looking around, I'm like, this is what it's supposed to be like. I thought this was just on TV, ma. I thought this was literally just on TV, bro. I was like, yo, there's no way that we witnessing this right now. And like just seeing like some of the areas that they live in, bro. Like everybody's living well. Ain't nobody complaining about no financial problems or anything. Ain't nobody complaining about no other people. Ain't no drama. Like we ain't had to experience none of that, bro. And I'm like looking around, yo. I'm like, yo, this is wild. Like, there's no reason why, at the age I'm at now, I can't strive for this. Like, are we talking like, oh man, I ain't even about to go into like people's like the way their houses look. Like, I ain't even about to go there, bro. But just understand that, like it's something to reach for.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I'm talking neighborhoods where all the houses look the same, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm talking like, yeah. Just putting it out there like that. I'm talking like, you can fit multiple families in the houses, and they new houses. Like I'm talking like that. Just putting it mildly. And I'm just looking around. I'm like, yo, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to have for my family. I'm looking at Alyssa, and she's enjoying herself. She's looking around. She ain't really saying much, but I'm like, all right, I'll say it for you. Like this is goals. She's like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm like, this is what I need to fight for. So like, I start on my journey, and I'm like working through everything, going through my go through, and happened to talk to my mom, right? And I tell her what's going on. Have a conversation about what my fight is right now. Like my plight is like, yo, look, I'm working, and sorry I ain't been able to get up with you. And I just had my head down. I got a lot of stuff going on. And the first thing that she tells me is, don't work too hard. Don't burn yourself out. Now, I want to start by explaining why I find that statement so disrespectful. Because when I was working 2 jobs and in the army, work still broke, working paycheck to paycheck. I'm making $11 an hour at one job, $9 at another job, and still in the army and doing that for multiple years. I'm talking about when I was living all the way up in Fredericksburg, driving a whole hour to get to work. Ain't nobody ever tell me, don't burn yourself out. Don't work that overtime. Don't let them do that to you on Black Friday. Don't work 24 hours straight for your jobs on Black Friday. Ain't nobody ever tell me to not burn myself out. But now all of a sudden, when I wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning, when I'm in the books writing for multiple hours a day, banging keys on the keyboard, now all of a sudden I gotta hear, don't burn yourself out.
Yep. So sometimes some people say that in reflex. They hear what you got going on. You got this whole laundry list of things you got going on, and then like it's just reaction to say that. But I do understand where you're coming from. It's like, where was that sentiment then? But even past all that, right? Like what I would find offensive about that is like, yo, you trying to hold me back? Like you want me to stop? Like this is things I have to do to be successful. Like we've seen what happens when people just do the norm, the mediocre.
I just told you, Mark, I was working 3 jobs. One of those jobs being the United States Army, bro.
We've seen how these things that like people put some of these things on like a high pedestal. People put, Amazon on a high pedestal, Walmart distribution on a high pedestal,
the army,
the military on a high pedestal. And I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna do it, work it. Just you gotta work it. Anyway, like, but we've seen all that, and it's like we've gotten to the point, we've come to the realization that we have to do more than what we were doing to get to a level that we haven't seen before. Like if our parents is an example, if our grandparents is an example, like the people around you, if they're not an example in themselves, like doing what we're doing is only going to get us where we're at right now. We have to do something different, something out of our comfort zone to get to where we want. We're gonna have to spend those hours, late at night, early in the morning, to get out of this situation. We're gonna have to stop watching TV for hours and start putting hours into something that we love. Like Myron Goldman, he always talks about like, yo, he didn't get a TV until he was like in his like 40s or something. He was like, why am I watching TV when I'm living a life I'm not happy with? Why am I watching someone live the life that I want? Why am I watching a sports team, rooting for the sports team, haven't met this sports team or anybody on this sports team a day in my life, where I will go to bat for them? I will talk someone down to the bare bones about this sports team and how they the greatest, but I can't even talk about myself in that same light.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ah, man. Whoo. You said something about the TV just now. I just realized, like, look, the folks that we spent the holidays with, they ain't got no TV. They got one TV in their house.
And where is it?
In the living room.
Exactly.
And the whole time that we were there, we were the ones that turned the TV on. Get how deep that is, Omar. Alyssa and I we ain't even on TV like that. We ain't had cable since the moment that we moved in this joint. We watched TV for like the last bit of the day. Bruh, when we were there, we were talking about what their normal routine is when it's just them two, and they in the living room with the TV off. One of them is reading, the other one's catching up on work stuff. The TV ain't even on. They don't even use it.
It's just a centerpiece.
It's just a centerpiece on top of the mantle, bro. Like, yes. It's one TV in the house. Like, yo, for real. I don't think what you just said, bro, is real, dog. It's real. We watch stuff as human beings. We watch stuff so that we can substitute our lives with the stuff that we're watching, dog. You watching stuff because you live in a fantasy and you're seeing yourself in that fantasy. Like, for real. Like, I ain't into sports like that, bro. But I noticed that when I watch wrestling and when I turn on WWE, the whole time I'm turning on WWE, I'm imagining myself coming out to one of those standing ovation entrances with my music playing and all that other stuff like that. Like, I'm imagining myself whooping on Roman Reigns. Like, I'm imagining all that stuff, like taking the title from people. Like, yo, for real. Like, I imagine that stuff every single time I watch it. Like, yo, every single time. Like, I watch stuff like Dynasty, and I imagine myself being in the position of the Carringtons and what I would do better when I get in that position, and I justify it by saying, I'm watching this to see what I shouldn't do when I get to this level. I don't know if anybody have seen Dynasty, but they family got a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? Some people watching, the Tyler Perry stuff, like, same stuff, man. Like, you watching stuff to try to input yourself, because that's human nature. You trying to, you're trying to insert yourself. What's the word I'm looking for?
To insert yourself into.
You trying to vicariously see yourself in these situations without actually being in these situations, and that's why you watch a TV, because it's an escape from reality, dog.
Yeah,
it's an escape from reality. When I'm going through the motions, and I know this is about myself, bro. Like, I'm just being real with y'all. And I don't know if I don't even know if this is relevant to the conversation, but I feel like somebody need to hear it. When I'm going through my humdrum, and I'm working through my situations, and I'm trying to get things done, I find myself a lot trying to have TV playing in the background. And for the last few weeks, I've been trying to figure out why I do that. And it's because at some point the what I'm doing gets challenging, whether I'm just getting fatigued or whatever, and I need something to distract me from falling asleep or something. So I'll go ahead and turn on the TV or something, or turn on music or something, or whatever the case is. But one thing that I was told, no matter how good you think you are at multitasking, you're not. It's plain and simple. When you give something 100% focus, is the time that product becomes the best thing that you've ever worked on. And when you divide your focus between things, you divide the quality of what you're putting down. So I wanted to put that out there. And I don't know why I wanted to put that out there. I feel like I needed to say it, so when I hear it in the future, when I got WWE playing in the background, or this podcast, turn this shit off when you're working. For the future me, or anybody else, like, yo, for real, like, you working on something, give it your full focus, bro, because like this is the time based. Everything is time sensitive right now, bro. Everything is time sensitive. Like, so, for the people who telling you that you need to chill out, they telling you to chill out because they know that you got stuff distracting you anyway. So you might as well go ahead and put it down. Like, yo, for real, you might as well go ahead and give up on your dream because us watching TV. That's what we need to be doing. Mark, take it away. Give me. Let's bring it back to the topic real quick, bro, because I feel myself rambling in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying?
So to kind of sum it all up, like what Mac is trying to let y'all know that like you have to put in the time, you have to put in the work, and you got to dive right into it. Like if you're not putting your whole authentic self into it, it's no point in doing it at all. For but like it's all a part of the journey. Like the path you're on, you can't put a price tag on it. You can't. It's priceless. Your journey is priceless, and the great thing about it is it's your journey. No one can experience but you. No one can tell you how to do it but you. No one's gonna do it for you. The only person that's gonna do it is you. So like, just buckle down, dive into that jank, and just see where it takes you. Like, if you don't do anything else, if you don't do it for your family, your friends, if you don't do it to put yourself in, just see where it can take you. Just like go into it wholeheartedly, and like just see the possibilities on the end. That hey, if I become the New York's bestseller, if I become the greatest game developer, if I become the greatest artist, saxophone player, pianist, whatever, if I put time and effort into this, where can it lead? Where can I go? What can I see? What can I do?
So like, let's get back to the fact that the world itself is going to tell you that you're doing too much when you're doing things outside the normal. Let's get back to that part, because like that's what we talking about right now. Like the fact that you going through whatever you're going through, and it's going to be painful. It is. That's why I keep That's why I keep trying to substitute stuff and keep stuff playing in the background, because it's a little painful. And I'm trying not to fall asleep on my keyboard when I'm writing. I'm trying to keep something to distract me in the background while I'm working on a art piece or something. Like, I'm trying to whenever I'm creating for the Eighth Universe and I'm trying not to fall asleep, I have something playing in the background. I'm trying to distract myself. It's going to be painful. It's a reason why, like, because with that determination of continuing. When you get that at the point where the tip of your fingertips hurt, I need to take the edge off a little bit. It's going to be painful. So like when you come to that situation, you come to the situation where you got people telling you like, yo, you need to chill out. You got your family in the background. They're like, yo, we don't see you. We don't spend time with you like we trying to. And like, for real, it's all supposed to be temporary. But if you do it correctly, it is. It really is. Because at some point, you're going to start to see progress. You're going to start to move in a certain direction, and you're going to be able to come back a little bit. But at the beginning, everything is hard hitting at the beginning. I promise you it is. Like, it ain't been a situation yet where I've jumped into something and it ain't hard at the beginning. And the problem is that, I'm from a culture where it's hard at the beginning. It's hard at the middle because I'm still at the beginning, because I ain't put enough work into getting out the beginning yet. And we get stuck in the beginning. So we just perpetual beginners for our entire career because we don't know how to push past the beginning. That's the name of the episode right there. Push past the beginning. Like what I seen when I was what I seen down in North Carolina was a group of people who weren't at the beginning no more. What I seen was a group of people that they said, you know, as they were telling the story, when back in the day when I did XYZ, I stuck to it and I went all the way through. So I'm not at the beginning no more. I'm not a beginner anymore. I'm a master at this. Then what I'm noticing is that, you know, if you come from a certain environment, you always stuck in the beginning because we got this hustlers mentality where we gotta continue hustling. And but the problem is that when you are a hustler, you don't never get out of the hustle mentality. You don't never get into the business mentality. You always hustling. So therefore, if you never get to the business side of your hustle, and you don't get people to hustle for you, bro, y'all hearing this? You ain't getting people to hustle for you. You never get to the business side of what you're trying to do, and you never make it past the beginning in the first place. Bro, come on now. Somebody had to hear that, bro. I had to hear that somewhere inside this body. I had to hear what I just said out of my own mouth, bro. It's like this is stuff y'all seeing me unpack this in real time. Like this is really. I just really thought about that, like just now, like yo, for real, like that. I'm thinking about some of the stuff that I was told over the last few weekends, and like I'm just like, yo, this is completely different than where I came from. Like people ain't on this, and this ain't people who made it out of corporate America either. We talking about corporate America. We talking about people in corporate America right now who made a killing doing what they doing. And living beautifully right now.
Yep.
And all I'm trying to do is get outside of corporate America and write books.
Just goes to show, you know, not to really hyper focus on the TV part, but just like just a small little analogy, like see how far you can get when you don't have distractions holding you back.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's hard as hell, but that chapter always come out better in the back end when I ain't listening to music, bro.
And it takes a discipline. It takes discipline.
It always does, bro. So like, and I'm coming back to an episode that we did. It was we talked about the one song from the group Hands Like Houses called Perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to remind y'all about the song that said that, you know, all my life I tried to let you inside to see the things in my mind, and you told me I was crazy. You told me I was insane. Like you tried to make me think I lost my mind when I told you that this is what I want to do. But all I had to do was focus on my fight. And this is not verbatim for the song. Like I want y'all to go listen to the song if you haven't already. It's My Perspective by Hands Like Houses. And my man said that all this time I figured out that if I continue to fight and get it right on my end, then you could see that that I was right the entire time. Like I didn't have to prove it to you. I ain't gotta prove nothing to you. I need to prove it to me, right. And you can see based off of my proof. Because the problem is, and Mark said, like, yo, people say that stuff out of, you know, it's just social programming is what we gonna call it. You know, oh man, that's a lot. Oh damn, you wake up that early? Oh damn, that's crazy. I can't imagine that, bro. You probably need to chill out. You probably need to slow down a little bit. Bro, you got a kid on the way. How you got with a kid on the way? And the problem is, I don't know how to do it with a kid on the way because I've been talking to so many people who ain't got my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that in a second. But only thing I need to do is focus on what was I doing? What was I saying? Only thing I need to do is get to where I need to get to. And on the back end, you will see that, you know, shit, after the book is done, you can't argue with that. So like,
Not at all.
go ahead, Bob. You got it.
I was gonna say, even with like, you know, talking to people like that'll come out the woodwork and be like, man, you do too much.
That's what I was saying.
You crazy, right? Like, we know people that do less, that's in the bed by 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and still cutting the work, still complain, still say they tired. I'm like, if you getting more sleep than me, I'll work a day off 2 hours sleep. I've done that before. And you ain't once heard me come out my mouth and say I'm tired. You done went to bed at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You done got a whole 8-hour plus of sleep.
You got 14 hours of sleep. You came in to work late.
And still tired?
How much you tired? What you tired of?
What?
Tired of sleeping?
It must be. But like,
oh man,
I say that because like, you're gonna go through regardless. If you're at the level where we're at, if you're at blue collar, if you're at a job, if you're at a point where you're not doing what you love, you're gonna go through regardless. You're gonna go through some type of tiredness, stress, whatever. If you're gonna go through it, at least have something at the end to, you know, speak for it. Like you going through it just to go through it for nothing.
Yeah, man. I forgot the point that I was about to get to before I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I'm just mad at a lot of the people out here who, you know, they make it a normal thing to just keep bouncing from thing to thing forever. And, you know, because you keep bouncing from thing to thing, you make people think it's okay to make everything that you do a hobby. And I think that's the problem here, you know, because so many times before they've seen you distracted with so many other things. You know, they've seen you jump into one thing and then they say something, they think they helping you. You know, and Mark said social programming, bruh. They don't understand what you're trying to do. They don't understand nothing you're trying to do. So like, you tell them what you're trying to do, because they don't understand, their social programming say, yo, that's a lot. You might want to chill out. And subconsciously, I think people hear that and they stick to it. I think people hear it and they like, all right, yeah, so because like, yo, they might be right. Like, yo, that's my mom. Like, she wouldn't tell me wrong, right? Or, you know, that's my wife, and, you know, she tired of not seeing me. So like, what do I do? Like, and, you know, I think you try to go forward. You try to keep going. But I think for the most part, it's like, yo, in the back of your mind, you like, yo, they might be right. So like, you stop doing it. And then you just start something else because you still got it in the back of your mind. Like, yo, I want a different life. I want more out of life. So like, you try to find the next thing to try to get you to that. And then, you know, you end up with shiny object syndrome off of default, just because you keep trying to find something to get you to the lifestyle that you want. It's not the thing that you're doing. It's just the lifestyle that you know you're supposed to have internally. You know, that's that lifestyle that you want. So like, what I'm telling you guys, it's like, yo, no matter how many people tell you that you need to calm down, you need to chill out, you need to get you some rest, you need to get you some sleep, you need to do this, that, and the other, you need to be like them, and, you know, be grateful for your job and all this other stuff. Like, yo, no matter how many times people tell you that, dog, just keep on your fight. Just keep going your fight. Keep doing your race, bro, because if you stay focused on what you're supposed to stay focused on, and you do everything in your power to make yourself successful in that thing that you're doing, and nobody, it like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna put it this way. as much as you listening to people tell you that you're doing too much, when you actually get to where you're going, everybody's gonna try to benefit off of it, and ain't nobody gonna apologize for telling you to slow down.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna have their hand out. Everybody gonna be like, "Oh, since you made it now, I need this. Since you got money now, let me hold something." Ain't none of those people who told you to slow down. Everybody's gonna take credit for it when you're done too. Everybody. Oh yeah, see, I was there when you did that. Like what Drake said. Drake said, "You want with me shooting in the gym?" Oh man.
Everybody want a piece of the pie, but nobody want to put in on the flour.
Everybody. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we couldn't even set the oven for you. Oh God, man. It's terrible, bro. Like I just want to know. You know, I kind of felt it when I was with Alyssa's family, Mark. I kind of felt it because you know we being around people like that, bro. It was jarring, dog. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like we had never been in an environment like that before. Like Alyssa, you know, even though Alyssa's family, you know, her mom's side of the family is, you know, kind of like that too. And it was a little different being around them as well. You know, now it kind of sounds like I'm talking about people of a certain color. It's not necessarily that. It's just that, you know, you got to find those people who are living a certain type of lifestyle and pick up the values from that type or those type of people. You know what I mean? It's not just a color based thing at this point, man. This is just like your environment in general, dog. So like, yeah, man.
And I was gonna wait till after the podcast to talk about of this, but it seems like because Court, she got family out in Charlotte, North Carolina, but North Carolina still, right? And they're on that same thing. Like we went there, you know, TV in the living room. You know, we sitting there, we're enjoying it. We're, you know, just sitting there talking, and they got this big house. They was like, when they was telling us the story, it was like the first ones on the block or whatever, and then they kind of like, you know, watch this cul-de-sac area, you know, get formed around them. You know, the 2-story houses. Each house is like 2-3 stories or whatever. The master bedroom is actually a master bedroom. It's not like just like a couple of feet
just the biggest bedroom in the house.
Yeah, like it's huge. Like you could do like 3 or 4 cartwheels in that jank before you hit the other side of the wall. You could do like sprints. You know, that's how big the room is. And you know, it's like, oh, this is nice. You know, the husband or whatever, uncle, he got his own little office or whatever. He got the couch, the desk. You know, he in that little man caving it up or whatever. You know, and it's they're chilling, like, you know, they you know, just like you explained it with Alyssa's and them. What was it, uncles?
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah. Why is it always aunts and uncles? Just living it up, right? Always in North Carolina. It's something about North Carolina. It's just like
North Carolina, Texas, South Carolina, Florida, bro. They got people out of all the places, dog. Like just living their best life.
And it's like it's you go there and you're just in awe about like how relaxed they are, how they got the jank where they don't go out for groceries. Groceries come to them. Like they can get groceries delivered. Yeah. I'm like, yo, what is this? So they're just like, what y'all need for the store? Y'all want? We having what y'all want for dinner? Y'all thinking lasagna, spaghetti, something? You know, all that from the phone.
You made your own HelloFresh joint,
right?
I know.
Like just sitting there watching it. Like Jace had an accident. It won't really his
As
fault.
kids do.
And like you would think any other situation, any other household, they would blow up. Oh my god, the carpet is ruined now. It's all messed up. Whatever, all this other stuff. Just like it's okay. We'll just clean it up. Get to the shop. He's a kid. He's fine. You don't gotta make a big deal about it. Just
Yeah.
I'm like,
I feel that. I feel like the our dog did something and Rick looked at us and was like, it's just a carpet. And I'm like,
right?
oh. I mean, I was like, I thought I thought you felt some type of way about it. I was trying to protect your feelings. He's like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's just a carpet, man. What's wrong? Oh, why are you so upset?
Right?
It's not your house.
Social programming, right? But it's just like just that experience, like it's just mind blowing. It opens your mind to like, yo, there's a lifestyle where the smallest thing and like, all right, so to me the smallest thing is like detrimental, but there's a lifestyle people are living where like the smallest thing it don't even phase them.
Yeah.
Wine falls on the carpet. Oh, all right. They probably got like a Roomba or something that'll come through, clean it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it's just you see the lifestyle that people are living, and you can like clearly see that they're stress free. They're not stressing over the things you're stressing over.
I think
They're
that's the
not.
thing right there.
They not even going through the problems that you are worried about. They have made it to a point where your biggest problem is the least of their worries. Like that.
Yeah.
That's your problem is the farthest thing that they can think of. Like they done got to the point where, like you said, they done mastered those problems that you are having, and like people ain't asking how to get there or like where you just gonna continue going to the same job that you've been working at, complaining and having the same problems that you've been having. And you see, you know people like this, like you have family members that are out here just like living it up. It's just I don't understand it.
Yeah, man. I think something that you just said, right, and that spoke to me, is that they relax.
Very much so. Like speaking
Relax.
easy, they sit down on the couch, and then it's like you said. Like I think one of the times, because even when I visit places, I go places, I'm the first one up. I wake up early or whatever. I'm sitting there waiting for everybody else to wake up. They started waking up or whatever. One of them sat on the couch and they just reading a book. They ain't, first thing in the morning, you would think, turn the TV on. Let's watch the news. They're like social programming, watch the news. Nah, we open the book, reading the book. It's nice, peaceful, quiet. You can hear the birds chirping, the sun peeking in through the blinds, and then everybody starts coming in, waking up. Court wake up, Chase wake up, Uncle wakes up, whatever. Breakfast gets made. Everybody just sitting there enjoying it. It's nice and quiet. They asking, trying to figure out the moves for the day. They asking things about us. We're asking things about them. We're just enjoying life. Not being distracted by a TV, not being distracted by video games, nothing like that. Just sitting there enjoying breakfast like it should. I don't know what it is about North Carolina, man.
And you start talking about your little worries, and they and you talking to a couple, and you start talking about your little worries, and they looking at each other trying to figure out what you talking about.
Right.
We started talking about some stuff that happened at work, and I'm like, Alyssa, why are you telling them this? Like, what they don't care about that. What are you talking about? Like, why do you bring that up?
Or no, they give you a simple solution, and then you sit there like, oh, Huh.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. That's the thing right there. Yeah. Oh man.
I never thought of that. It's just that simple. Yeah, it really is. You know.
Mm. All right, one last nugget, man.
What's up? What's up?
We got anything? One last nugget. Let's go ahead and wrap this joint up, bro.
And just like we've been saying, you know, you have to put in the time. You have to push past the beginning, to become a master at your craft, to get to the point where you step up to the plate and you're not worried about missing. You're not worried about failing because you've mastered it. You've got the basics down. You've gotten everything you need to learn to where you can step up to the plate and be just as relaxed. You can step up on stage and play your heart out. You could literally go on there, close your eyes, play the piano, play the saxophone. You can walk into your office and come up with this great book idea and write it in one night, post it the next night, and you know it's making millions because you've built up that rapport that my product or my service has quality. It I done put so much time into it that I can't do nothing but succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it is working to the point where you're no longer working. You're just doing what you're doing.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, man. I don't think there's anything else to be said on this episode, honestly. I would say, you know, based off of what we got on here to talk about, you know, people are going to talk, and sometimes you just gonna have to let them talk.
Yeah.
Like you just gonna have to let people be people. You ain't gotta convince nobody. You ain't gotta try to explain yourself to nobody. The only thing that matters is that you succeed doing what you need to do. The only people who really matters and my pursuit to success is my wife and my kid. And nobody else needs to nobody else need to even be a part of that. Like, you know, by option, you know, I have some business relationships. You know, Marcus is one of my closest business partners. You know, I talk to you about this more than anybody else. Like, and there's a reason for that, because when I talk to him about it, he's usually listening. He ain't saying no dumb shit like, you know, chill out. He ain't saying no dumb shit like, yo, you woke up at 3:30 this morning, try 7 o'clock tomorrow because you tired. Like he ain't on that. In fact, I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning. You know, had I told him that, he'd probably look at me like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? Like, I was up all night, so that's a little different.
Mm.
But for real, like, find the people. You know, if you're gonna talk about your business to anybody, bro, just make sure it's somebody who understands what you're trying to do. You know, don't talk to nobody who won't understand what you're doing. Because I promise you, like, yo, it's human nature. You're gonna let it seep into your soul. It's human nature. Your mom tell you something, and that may be in your best interest, quote unquote, in your best interest. You're gonna listen to it. I'm just telling you, be careful who you had that conversation with, because not everybody understands. You know, I know sometimes you just want to vent, but you got to vent to the right people. You can't just vent to everybody, because like you as an entrepreneur, venting to somebody who's in corporate America and don't know nothing but corporate America. What do you think they're going to tell you?
Corporate America.
What do you think they're going to tell you? Like, yo, take the VTO. That's what they're going to tell you. Take the VTO from your dreams, from your goals. Take the voluntary time off from your dreams, from your goals. Don't worry about that deadline. Who asking for that? You asking for that. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them. I promise you, you're gonna end up in a world of hurt if you listening to people who ain't in the environment that you supposed to be in, bro. People can't hold you accountable if they don't understand what you're trying to do. So don't talk to them. Like, I ain't telling you to cut them off. I'm just saying your conversation needs to be limited. When you having conversations with these people, don't vent to them. Don't tell them what you're trying to do. Don't tell them your next move, because it doesn't matter to them. The only thing that matters to them is that where you are now in this journey. So if you are now complaining about your journey, to them, the only thing they know is that you need to stop it. So don't talk to them. If you got to vent to somebody, do a podcast. Do a podcast about how hard it is to be successful. If you got to vent to somebody, yeah. Just keep doing your race, keep fighting your fight, man. Keep your head down and keep working. Keep the distractions to a minimum, man. Find you somewhere or something or someone that is where you want to be at in your life. Strive for that, man. That's all I got.
All righty, people. What we got coming up for the people in the new year? This is the new month, the new year. This is the first month of the new year, January. What we got coming up for the people?
Man, I've been putting in a lot of hard hours, dog. I put out two art pieces over the week, over the holiday season, and just kind of working through some things, putting out a blog, doing I want to do a weekly blog for the Aether universe, man. Just off of my website, bring in a little more traffic, connect with the people a little bit, find out what the people want to talk about, and talk about what they want to talk about. Because I understand that the Aether universe ain't necessarily what everybody want to talk about right now. So we not on as much as I see us in the realm of Marvel and DC, as much as I see that we can compete with them, I got to talk to people about what they want to talk about first, so the blog is out for that. We are now doing, I don't know if you've been seeing them, but we are now doing clips for DTP. I've been posting clips for from some of the episodes that we've been doing in the past, trying to stay current and not go too far back. But I just wanted to highlight some of the moments that that we've been talking about, and it looked like it's been pulling a little bit of traction. So if look out for those. If you ain't trying to look at full episodes, we'll be getting the some of the bars and the nuggets from some of those episodes from back in the past, and upcoming episodes to put those out into the universe so that you guys can see those as well. I learned about a author yesterday or over the week that her books she had a series that just came out last year, and I met a young lady who read the one book 3 times. It's a fantasy book, and she read it 3 times, dog.
Man.
So I got some research to do on Rebecca Yarros, and try to figure out what her journey was and how she got to get this young lady to read her book 3 times.
3 times. Oof.
3 times.
All right.
So yeah, I got a little work to do, but on top of that, I set the goal February 24th. February 24th is when I'm going to be finished with the Gem State Siege. I'm shooting for February 24th. I don't know how I'm gonna get it done because Alyssa about to pop. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. How things looking on the Morton Castle side, man?
Pretty good. I'm gonna have something to show for it at the end of this month. still just working on, you know, the ins and outs. Well, not even the ins and outs of Blender. Following this course that's, you know, teaching me how to mirror things. I got a book of original content and like some other stuff that's basically like from other sources. Kind of like how we talked about the whole Ape Escape RPG and whatever. You know, finally gonna put that to some, like, because you know it's a fan base for it. You know, I'm gonna try to start doing stuff that's like eh, not really. Well, yeah, stuff that like people kind of like forgot about, like the games that like this just they had a good following and then they just dropped it. So I'm gonna do a couple of like reworks of stuff like that. Try to you know, take something 2D, put it in the blender, give it a nice fresh, you know, coat of paint or whatever. See if people like it.
That'll
See
be a
if I
way
can get some.
for you to build some traction to your to the company too.
Yep. Especially since doing it that way, you know, not a lot of people are doing that. Not a lot of people are looking at those type of sprites or those type of designs, like stuff that like Ape Escape. I haven't seen anything for Ape Escape since it was popping, basically.
Yeah,
So
at
you
least
know,
20 years now.
right? You know, so finding like kind of small little niche stuff like that, will definitely get, you know, eyes on me. You know, eyes on, yeah. So it's working on stuff like that.
Eyes on the brand, man. It ain't about you.
Yeah, this is true, true. Eyes on the brain, eyes on the brain. But you know, I'm putting in the work. But you know,
True that.
that's neither here nor there. But that's what I got going on. I'm gonna start posting, like, you know, even if it's like unfinished stuff. Like I'm in the middle of something right now. I'll post that. Uh, Try to get more on social media, more presence on social media. I ain't been posting anything. I just been like,
You made a the Facebook page yet for Morton's Castle?
I ain't even done that yet.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I'm a little behind, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
It's work in progress, man. Work in progress.
Facts. But other than that, that's all I got. That's what I'm doing, man.
Let's make it happen.
Hey, man.
2024.
This our year. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.